Hello, welcome to ASL Week 2. It's me versus TCP versus the Master. This is a very spooky battle because the Master has one of the scariest, no, not one of the scariest, the scariest team out of every team just generally. He was voted the best team, he has a lot of really good mons, and I have to fight him as the 13th best team according to the YouTube power ranking. So I go into this. My matchup's okay. I have a lot of walls that are good for his threats. And I thought, hey, maybe I could get some kills with Ditto, which would be really nice. I could also reveal Rosary, which I've been wanting to use for a while. It wasn't really good last week, but this week it matches up very well. So just starting the battle, I lead with Darmanitan. It's a pretty good lead most of the time. He leads with Mew. I decide to U-turn right here. No real point on staying in, because if he's defensive, I get to know. If he's offensive, he'll probably switch. So I just U-turn. I go hard Avalugg. The reason why I went hard Avalugg is, I guess it's my answer to Gyarados, but so is Florges. Right there, I probably should have gone Roserade, because it put up a lot more pressure than anything else on my team. I also could have gone, yeah, I probably should have gone Roserade there. But I wasn't really thinking too well going into this battle. I had a lot of adrenaline pumping through me. For just weird reasons. So just walking into this, I decided to curse on the Gyarados because if it's sub Gyarados, I wanted to kind of get ahead of it in terms of this 1v1 battle, because Gyarados could potentially be a huge threat behind a sub. But he decides to switch into Bronzong. I can't really do anything against Bronzong, so I just switch into Darmanitan. I decided to U-turn against the Hariyama because no real point in staying in. And Hariyama decides to knock off. So here, I was thinking that the Hariyama probably could go for a steal move. I could either go for a Moonblast or go hard Latios, which would take the steal move better. He could also go Bronzong, which would suck. Latios can take on Bronzong better. So I decided to go Latios here. And I take 50% from this Iron Head, which really confused me. This is pretty much the same as max attack Life Orb damage, and I just couldn't, at the time I just couldn't think through how he was doing so much, so I just brushed it off. I just continued with the battle. I decided to just Psychic right there. Got the crit on the Serperior, but I also gave it the Spadef boost. So I go hard into my special wall. I'm Technician, not Natural Cure, so Glare really sucks. I get paralyzed first turn, which is fine. I would have Sludge Bombed anyways. I decide to reveal the HP Ghost, do a lot to Bronzong. And then I think I decided to HP Ghost again, and it ends up killing the Serperior. So I'm up 6-5, but he has Rocks up, so it's still pretty even. Decides to go Mew here. I probably should have gone Florges because Florges pretty much dealt with anything that Mew could have done. But I decided to, and it could also get rid of the rocks. But I decided to stay in for some reason. I think that Bloom Doom will do a lot. It can't kill pretty much any Mew. But I decided to go for Bloom Doom anyways because chip on the one thing that I don't answer. I don't know. I wasn't really thinking. So I let Rosary die. It died to Physicals and Headbutt. If it was Psychic, I would have lived any Psychic, but I still would have taken a lot of chip. So I decided to go Florges now. I wish I should have gone this before. I get the Defog off. He reveals SD, which is kind of strange because I didn't expect him to bring too much setup. But I decided to go into Avalugg. It's my hard physical check. Even if he's Iron Head, he only does like 30% with max attack. Z-move could be a problem, but I have Papa Berry, so I decided to Toxic. Really, if he went Bronzong, kind of sucked. I'm not really sure why it did that. I probably should have gone... No, I was scared of the Z move. That's why I felt like I had to do something to deal with it. So he decides to Hyper Voice. He ends up critting me. And that reveals that he has no attack, or no special attack really. But I was able to get back up to full. If he didn't crit me, I probably didn't need to use the Papa Berry. Maybe not. It would have been a roll. But I have the Toxic off on this. He decides to also glare me with this, which is really annoying, because if I get to Avalanche here, I really get to do a lot of damage to this Heliolisk. That would be really helpful later. But it doesn't happen, so he decides to U-turn, which is kind of strange, and go into Hariyama. Lets me get the double-powered Avalanche damage. I'm pretty sure that he's quite bulky with this. So I'm like, oh, he has to be thick fat, because that's about how much thick fat does. And he reveals Iron Head does a lot more than I expected. Again, if he's max attack, it does like 69% max. And it killed, so this is where I have the realization, he's sheer force. That's why he's doing so much damage. He's not thick fat like a madman, even though Avalugg and Darmanitan are here. No, he's sheer force, and that sucks, because now my Florges is dead. So I get the Psychic off on the Hariyama. I don't think the crit mattered. Gyarados comes in. I just go hard into Avalugg without really thinking. And he decides to capitalize on that. I mean, it's probably a play I would have done even if I was thinking. But he goes into Bronzong. I have to really go into an answer. I go hard into Darmanitan. He Stealth Rocks. I get to Flare Blitz here, and he decides to stay in. And now it's 3-4, but he also has Stealth Rocks up. Kinda sucks. In comes Gyarados. I don't really want to stay in because I'm intimidated. So I go hard into my physical check. And then he decides to crunch. Does 14, nothing. I go for the Avalanche here. And he gets in his Heliolisk. For free. If I get one of these Avalanches off on Heliolisk, it's dead. Then it's 2-4. I have a Ditto and a Scarf Darmanitan and a Mega Latios in the back to deal with Mew and Gyarados. But no, he is gonna get away with it. He's gonna crit me. Max damage did like 50-something%. And I was kind of pissed. I wasn't really thinking here. Really, right now, I should go into Latios, Psychic into Psychic into Draco or Psychic into Shadow Ball. Really gets a kill into anything. Ditto punishes anything comeback mechanics he could have, and Darmanitan can also punish comeback mechanics in the back. So Latios should be the no-brain answer here, but I go Ditto. I decide that I want to flex. I want to glare things. I think that Heliolisk is faster than anything. And I guess it's hard to explain how this goes, but I guess I'll let this song explain for the rest of this battle. It's a clusterfuck. If you're paying attention, you realize how bad it is for me to do any of this stuff. And yeah. Enjoy.
Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles, involuntarily flex. Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles, involuntarily flex. Two pickup trucks making love, American made. Built for tough, too beautiful. Motor machines, American angels in the sky. Grown and cry. Two trucks having sex. Oh yes. Two trucks having sex. Oh yes. My muscles, involuntarily flex. passion is more than I can withstand. Two trucks holding hands, two trucks holding hands. The passion, my big fat heart expands. Two big up trucks, one cylinder block, crush my body like a rock. So beautiful, no stars tonight, just fireworks and eagles in the sky. The founding fathers cry. Two trucks having sex, two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two trucks having sex, two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. My muscles involuntarily